Okay, various indices and index India's ranking for the same हम करेंगे. अब important चीजें जो हमें पढ़ने की जरूरत है indices में, where does India rank? What are the factors on which it happens and which is the organization? Global Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index. ये कौन बनाता है? UNDP, United Nations Development Program. That's the first thing. Approximately, to remember, 1/6 of the people are experiencing poverty. 1.1 out of 6.3, तो हम बोलते हैं 1/6. 1/6 कितना हो गया? बस ये याद रखना. How many people are facing poverty? 1/6. India has decreased 55% poverty से 16.4%, but India's population is so huge that we are number one, followed by Pakistan, Ethiopia, Nigeria, and this. India's medium human development index, और ये सब क्या है? Low. Is that clear or not? Remember one more thing, half the children are living in poverty. Half the children are living in poverty. So what are the questions to it? First, who made the index? UNDP. What is the second thing? India's rank is number one. I agree. 1/6 of the people are doing it, but India is in medium human development index. We have reduced the poverty indexes from 55 to 16%. That's huge. That's huge margin. All the other countries are in low human development index. India is in medium. But the population size is so much. We are the world's largest population right now. We're the world's largest population. We are soon going to become, if projection stays, by this tenure of Prime Minister Modi, will be the third largest economy. Who's the first largest? US. Second, China will be third. So that is the case of it. Now, global hunger index. So वो था multi-dimensional. This is global hunger.
Largest economy बनने से country के क्या benefits हो सकते हैं?
It's not about the benefits. We are talking about overall. Like, of course, if the GDP size increases, we say everybody tends to become a partner to it. That is what economics says. For not investment, but everybody gets some equivalent. Because if growth is going to happen in the country, industry comes up, jobs are going to come up. Jobs are going to come up. We are not saying that he'll get all the benefits. He'll start earning 20,000, 25,000. So that is what we're talking about. Employment. That is what we talk in terms of GDP. Global Hunger Index. Now, it is something that India has been positioned, how much? 105. It is in serious category in terms of hunger. What's important is the hunger index is 4 factors. What is the factor? Undernourished, stunted. Stunted is children जिनकी growth नहीं होती, like they do not grow. इसमें Bangladesh, Nepal have achieved better. बांग्लादेश में what they did, open defecation क्यों हमने बंद किया? स्वच्छ भारत अभियान क्यों लेके आया? ओपन डेफिकेशन से क्या होता है? जो मक्खियां होती हैं, the common flies, they tend to sit on the food. There's a bacteria which they transfer into food, which causes stunting in children. That's why open defecation is to be avoided. They become malnourished is also there. Third becomes stunted is bone, low height. They do not grow. First is undernourished, stunted, wasted is this, and do not survive beyond the 5th birthday. So, which countries have better score than us? Bangladesh, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. They have better score. So that's why we started the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan to finish off stunting. Poshan Abhiyan is there for this undernourished. तो उन्होंने क्या बोल दिया है? अब basic amount of quantity दिया जाएगा जिससे वो ना रहे. Of course, these programs are working. In the government of India is doing for these things. So look at the index. Global Hunger Index, India lies how much? 105. What are the 4 factors? Stunting. Second, malnourished, undernourished. Third is wasted. Fourth is children who die below the age of 5. So this factor has changed. Both reduce ho gaya, but it is still there. World Press Freedom Index. They will not ask India's position. I can give you in writing in UPSC because India's position has gone down. Never. But they'll ask you what I'll tell you. Who gives this report? Reporters Without Borders. That's the only question that's going to come. Remember this. The World Press, because in categorically, the government of India is saying that this is an American representation. We don't agree to it. We don't accept it. So, but what is going to come is which countries? First of all, who is sponsoring this report? That's important. RWB, Reporters Without Borders. Is it clear or not? Which countries are really nice? Norway and Denmark. They are the top countries. Which country is the poorest? Eritrea. Where is this? जो Gulf of Aden के उधर लगता है. Correct. Clear. Next one. Global gender gap. India.
Somalia is doing best.
Huh?
Somalia is doing
No.
best.
Yeah, Eritrea is poorest. That is the report. Norway and Denmark are the best. And which country? India. They will not ask for India's position. I can tell you in writing. But they're going to ask you who publishes the report. जो match the following आ जाता है. Or who's better than India, or which countries are doing really well? Norway and Denmark. Is it clear or not? Next, global gender gap index. Of course, India has dropped 2 positions. That Reporters Without Borders. That is what RSF is. This one. Reporters Sans Frontiers. ये French है नाम. That's a French name. Is it clear? Sans Frontiers. Without Borders का मतलब होता है Sans Frontiers. Okay. Global gender. Iceland is the country which tends to do best in global gender. Which country? Iceland. Is it clear on which country is doing the best? Iceland. India is in 5th spot. Of course, India is better than all the other countries. India में कौन सा फैक्टर ग्लोबल जेंडर में सबसे अच्छा कर रहा है? सोचने वाली बात है. सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन. वुमेन एजुकेशन स्पेशली इन सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, जिसकी कौन सा अभियान चलाया हमने इसका? बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ. फिर देन वी हैव स्टार्टेड. मेरे को जैसे वेस्ट बंगाल का प्लान नहीं याद आ रहा. उन्होंने 10th के बाद 11th में गर्ल्स को बाइसिकल्स दे दिए. बाइसिकल्स क्यों दिए? ट्रैवलिंग उनको कोई छेड़े ना, कुछ ना करे. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई दे हैव गिवन इट. तो इस करके हमारा सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन में सबसे ज्यादा ड्रॉप आउट रेट्स जो थे वो कम होने शुरू हो गए आफ्टर 11 12 onward. Is it clear or not? This is what has happened. So they've started doing it. Then the education is free. Then they've started doing it. So these are the things that they've started doing it. That is what has created this global gender gap index has improved. सबसे ज्यादा किस पे? Secondary education. Second is 65th rank in empowerment of women. This is also going to change by 2030 because we are introducing 33% reservation for women. So this is also going to improve.
Is it good?
Global gender gap के लिए तो, because right now we only 8 to 9% of women are represented in Lok Sabha MPs. So it becomes 33. It is going to add to this. So then, which country is doing? Iceland. Is it clear or not? According to this reports, it will take another 134 years all across the world to have this global gap decreased.
All over the world.
All over the world. Is it clear?
ये तो नहीं पूछा.
नहीं. ये सिर्फ ये पूछेंगे कि who makes the report? World Economic Forum. Who makes the report? WEF. Which country is doing best? Iceland. Which factors have India done best in? Secondary education. Second is political empowerment is there. In terms of duration of female and male leadership over the past 50 years, that is what we told. India is ranked 10. Leadership. Because we had who had the power for 10 years? Indira Gandhi. Chief ministers. We see so many women chief ministers. So that is what they talk in terms of duration of female and male leadership. But when we talk about political empowerment, we're talking also in terms of factors. कौन से factors? कितने women representation करती है? Is it clear or not? So best country है Iceland. Global gender कौन बनाता है? WEF, World Economic Forum. World happiness. India is one of the most unhappiest countries. India का neighbor सबसे बहुत ऊपर एशिया में. कौन सा country है वो? Bhutan. In Asia, this country ranks the topmost. याद रखना. In Asia, Bhutan is the happiest. And also, yes, Bhutan is one of the happiest, especially in Asia. India's rank is, who makes a report? World Happiness Report is what is done. Pakistan and Nepal feel better. Palestine, Ukraine are above India in terms of happiness. It is basically about when we talk in terms of the percentage of people, what are the factors? You're talking about your way of living, this and that, how much I have to work. These are the things that they're talking about. So who makes the report? Gallup, the UN SDS Solution Networks, and Oxford Wellbeing. Gallup, Oxford, and UNDSP. Notably, the finding reveals that older individuals in India report higher levels of life satisfaction as compared to the younger ones. When you talk about jobs नहीं है, you are talking about equality नहीं है, jobs किसको मिल जाती है, इस करके बोल रहे हैं happiness index, air quality, we talking about number of factors to it. भूटान में पाकिस्तान में अभी थोड़ा सा है, but air quality वहाँ का ठीक है, पानी ठीक है, ऐसी चीजों में वो ठीक है. हमारे नहीं, हमारे यहाँ पे pollution बहुत ज्यादा है. यहाँ पे ये चीज वो तो अभी हुआ था, I agree, but because of the stubble burning and everything, the same thing happens there also. Human Development Index, HDI. India ka, yes, that is there. in case of it, when we talk about it, they're not just discussing this. They're talking about number of factors to it. So when we talk about it, there are number of factors to it, and this is the case of it. But Norway is not in the top nowadays in terms of the happiness index. This is
happiness index is the top.
there is different. Asia is for sure Bhutan. Asia for sure is Bhutan. Because they, when you talk about quality of air, what you're breathing in, and everything, these are the
Earlier it was Finland.
Finland. It was Finland. Now it has changed. Okay, HDI. When we talk about HDI, Human Development Index, as you know, this is the basic. Who made this formula? Two people. Amrita Sen and Ulhaq. These are the two people who did it. Now, they'll ask the title also. The report was titled Breaking the Gridlock, Reimagining Cooperation in a Polarized World. India's HDI has improved from 48.4 to this one, 6.44. India's medium development human development index. India has achieved medium human development index. Is it clear or not? In this, you're talking about age. Your कितनी आपकी लाइफ स्पैन है, एजुकेशन क्या है, खाने का वो है. इसमें 4 इंडेक्सेस होते हैं. कौन से लाइफ स्पैन, एजुकेशन, लिविंग ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड्स, और फोर्थ इज एजुकेशन हो गया, न्यूट्रिशन. ये फैक्टर्स पे है, 4 फैक्टर्स पे है. Climate Change Performance Index, India ranks 10 and 60. This is the recent report. बाकू में आई थी COP 29 में. Climate Change Performance Index. Why is India doing well? First of all, हमारा जो consumption of energy है वो low है. What do I mean low per capita? Not everybody is doing aircraft. Not everybody is traveling through aircraft. Now let's say in general, US, everybody is saying, all the billionaires are saying, oh, we need to save environment, we need to do this. But you're the ones using maximum number of chartered. One person sitting in a charter plane is causing more detrimental to pollution than he's saving. Is it clear or not? India has low because we have, not everybody has cars. Everybody is doing public transport. So many people are doing public transport. India's, like a very good example came. In Mumbai Chawl, in one small area, this much room, 10 people are staying. So our consumption of energy is way lesser as compared to the world. In US, they are much more. So all the developed countries have much more consumption of energy. So that's why first factor, that's why we're doing well. Second is we've converted to a large to renewable energy. What are the plans under it? कौन सा है? एक तो सोलर पैनल्स का प्लान लगा दिया, जो अभी बोला है सूर्यग्रह योजना, हर घर पे solar panels. So that is one of the factors why we're doing well. India and UK are one of the best in terms of the high performance of CPI, rooftop solar schemes. This is the scheme. And CCF produced a think tanks includes Greenwatch. Public transport is increasing. We are converting into electric. We are converting more into electric. Right now, there's an also issue related to it. Electrics are now going to be charged at 18%, not 12% GST. So how are we saying that we are pushing more electrics? That's another thing. So we have increased the GST right now from 12 to 18. That's what I think so it's very much past now. There was another very interesting meme about it, whether you've seen about the recent GST that came through. They said popcorns. Salt popcorns will have 5%, caramel popcorns will have 18%. So like everybody is confused. Like what with the popcorns? How can you have different GST and different popcorns? So that is the basic thing. Yeah, so everybody is like, caramelized is at 18, salt is at 5%. Everybody's confused. Butter, they made it at 12. So everybody's like confused. They're like, they said, make it only one slab. It's really confusing to put it at 18 for popcorn and this and this. This is the case. Now, Global Peace Index, India has, peaceful index has increased by 1.6%, marking the highest level of peace since the inception of the index. Global Peace Index, India holds the 116th position globally. That's just the only thing that he did. Is it clear or not? These